Yo, what's up, guys? CastnBlast here, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I had said in the previous video we're gonna start to do like a strategy session, uh, talk with different YouTubers and kind of get to know them. And today we got a special YouTuber that I've grown to know over the last year or so. Good guy. YouTube's still growing, so figured we'd get him out there and talk. Why don't you introduce yourself? How you doing?
What's going on, Cass, man? It's Cleric Dragoon here.
I'm doing good, doing good. Thanks for sitting over here in your clan right now, Sonny's Warriors. You guys might have recognized them from some YouTube videos, war replays. Um, Looks like you got a war going on right now, just started. So, good looking clan here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your channel? First, how'd you come up with that name? Something I was personally wondering.
Well, Cleric Dragoon, actually, the name come from a mixture of things. There was a movie I watched one time called Equilibrium, and clerics in that movie were like, I guess, like a police force, and they practiced the art of gun kata, which was like a martial art form with guns. And at the time I was playing first person shooters a lot, and I figured, hey, I'll put cleric in front of my name. And then I was looking for another cool name, so I got up with I came up with Dragoon, which was like heavy cavalry. So I felt like Cleric Dragoon was pretty cool, like and plus you could look at cleric as holy, so it would translate to holy cavalry. But either way, that was the thought process behind the name.
Yeah, so really nothing to do with your Clash channel. You started, kind of picked it out before, seems like what a bunch of us did. I know I did the same before I even thought I would have a channel, so I understand that fully. Now, what I want to do something a little bit different is do strategy talk with YouTubers. I know we all have our different styles. A lot of people know me from Queen Pop. Regardless whether I want to be known for that, it just came, and hey, can't complain when it keeps on working. But what would say your go-to attack be? You know, you're coming up in battle, clan wars, and you just got to throw down one attack, your go-to first thoughts every time. And you're a max Town Hall 9, right?
Yes, sir. Maxed.
So you're looking at the top Town Hall 9s. Sometimes if you have to hit up on a Town Hall 10, but what would your go-to attack be?
Well, immediately when I started scouting the base, especially in the current meta of the game right now, I'm looking at probably a shattered Gobo LaLoon or cold-blooded Gobo LaLoon.
Okay, so you're a pretty big fan of air attacks, kill squad going in, and then starting an air attack, huh?
Yep, I sure am. And I'm looking for a base a lot of times that is going to give me at least one AD, if not two. And that will decide which way I'm going on the shattered or cold-blooded.
Gotcha. And we'll take a look, dig into some of your attacks here. Right now, I pulled up your base. It looks like you are a full max out Town Hall 9. Any plans on going to 10, or are you one of those guys that stay at 9 forever?
You know, Cass, I've been asked that question a lot. I get teased a lot on Twitter by some of my buddies. But the thing is, I've stayed 9 for a little while. I've been max for a while. I do have other accounts that I'm bringing up right now. Pappy is one of my accounts. It's over in North Watchers right now, and it's around 25, 26. So I still have farming. You know, I'm farming it currently, and I have some other accounts that I use. But really and truly, the needs of Sonny's Warriors, we need my 9. So I leave it there for the need. You know, it's a lot of times I'm cleaning up or fresh hitting, and so I just keep that account there for them.
Gotcha.
You know, I keep it at 9. We've got enough 10s, and we've got a ton of 11s. So I mean, the 9s are where the need is currently. So as their leader, I'm willing to make that sacrifice, and that just gives me more time to farm my other account.
All right. And makes total sense. Hey, I was a long term. I'm gonna stay at 9 forever, and then my clan needed 10s, so I made the jump and then made another 9 because I enjoy 9s. Um,
Right.
I'm pulling up your channel here. It looks like you do have a lot of 10, 11, 9 content. Um, some really good thumbnails there, man. Gotta
Thanks.
gotta throw that out. I like your graphics. What can someone who's coming to your channel expect? I just show war content, I just show strategy, I'm gonna show you farming, I stick to, I'm kind of known as mainly the Town Hall 9 type of strategy. What would you say, people know you as on your channel?
Well, I tell you, I do a little bit of strategy, to where I break down attacks to where people can understand them easier. But I used to do primarily a lot of Town Hall 9 content, but now I've got to where I've got access to several different clans, so I'm bringing forth some Town Hall 10 stuff, Town Hall 11 stuff, but I still focus a lot on Town Hall 9s. And there's no farming videos in Cleric Dragoon gaming channel. Farming is definitely not where I want to go with my channel. I just prefer the aspect of war and the strategy and breaking it down and just making it understandable for a lot of clashers out there.
Oh yeah, makes a lot of sense. Sounds like you're a lot like me. I want to get into strategy and just hammer it out over and over again. So definitely appreciate that type of mindset, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you. Pick your brain and get you out there. Maybe expose more people to who you are, your channel, your content here. What do you say we dive into that type of strategy? Maybe take a look at a couple of your hits, tell, kind of what you're thinking and where you're going with your strategy thought. You said you like a kill squad, LaLoon attack. Would you like to dig into the Mariana Trench replay or the other one
Yeah,
first?
yeah, we could do that one first. It was the first war there, so we'll go ahead in and take a look at that hit right there on number 17.
All right. So I just pulled it up here, paused it. We're looking
Right.
at the base, and looks like you're sending one golem in towards kind of the queen side first. But what's your first thoughts as where do you pick apart this base? So you're looking at it, and I might be thinking I'm comfortable with hogs. So I would start, at one end of the base, or, well, let's just be blunt. I would think, okay, what air defense do I zap out first, and pull the CC? And that's usually my first thought. And then if it's pretty near impossible to do a queen pop, I might think about doing something different. Highly unlikely. But where's your first thought looking at this base?
Well, when this was a fresh hit too, by the way. A lot of my hits now in Sunnies are fresh, and so sometimes they work. Sometimes I like on my second hit, I come up short. But with this particular base and this particular clan, Mariana's Trench is a really good clan,
Yeah.
and their bases were very
Respected
anti-air.
clan,
But
big war clan. This is a maxed out base. And
right.
it's got to have a little bit of that intimidation factor. I know, like, maybe not for you. Maybe you're cool as a cucumber, but if I know, my clan's either counting on me or we're going up against a well-known clan, or even the other clan I get sometimes, they'll put a message like, hey, Cast and Blast, and in their info, like in the middle of war, I'm like, ah, crap, they know who I am. Way more pressure to perform. This, I think, would have that same sort of feeling. So what's your mindset getting into it?
All right, so when I first started planning this base, I got to pick this base, being that I started hitting pretty soon after the war started. This base looked to me right away that it would fit up to my favorite attacking style, which was Shattered Gobo LaLoon. Immediately, I seen the 2 AD surrounding the queen that were in close proximity and definitely in bowler range. Right. And I knew I would take out the queen, and I would get the CC immediately when I planted my golem over there by the cannon near the CC.
Hmm.
But I was a little worried because a lot of these bases will try to drag your golems out and your royals out to the sides to mess up the funnel. So I was aware of that. But I knew if all I had to do is get a jump, I didn't want to play with wall breakers with that wizard tower. That concerned me near the cannon because that splash damage could kill my wall breakers. So I said, I'm going to spend a jump and a rage, jump into that compartment with the cannon wizard tower and then rage them. And I'm going to get the queen, 2 ADs, and the CC complete. And that's all I need to start my LaLoon portion of the attack. Once those objectives are met, I'm good to go.
Okay, and that's kind of the goal with a shattered, right? You're using 2 golems, and for everyone who doesn't, shattered, cold-blooded, stoned, these terms came up quite a while back, but it's 1 golem, 2 golem, 3 golems. And when you're using 2 golems, the goal is to kind of get 2 air defenses down. Is that right?
Absolutely. If you're going to invest that much in your kill squad, you absolutely got to take down 2 air defense. Absolutely, because you only have 2 hounds. Now, back before this current meta that we're in, you would have to have 1 more hound over the amount of air defense left.
Right.
But right now you can get away with 2 hounds for 2 air defense. But you got to plan your loon deployment out, to be able to get through them quick, so that the hounds will tank long enough for your balloons to be able to complete the 3-star attack.
Most definitely, and you're investing those 2 golems, 2 spells, your heroes. Looks like someone gave you some maxed out heroes there. That was a nice gift. No, I'm sure you worked hard on those. I know how long it took me on my first set.
Long time.
But yeah, so you're coming in here. We'll play. We're about 2 minutes, 14 seconds. We'll hit play a little bit. Your golem avoided being pulled by that cannon. I thought that was mighty lucky. Paused it real quick right off the start there because throwing your golem in, you're hoping it goes to the air defense, but seems like their AI, if there's any defense sticking out, they'll like to run to it.
Well, Cass, you got 11 spaces that golem will redirect. If you can get out of 11 spaces, you're safe. So I knew I was safe with that first golem, and that's why I put him by the in between the spell factory and gold mine.
All right, and your second golem's right there on the cannon. Looks like you knew, obviously, that I'd pull the CC, aggro the king possibly, because you're in that 5 to 6 cell radius, right?
Right.
So you're worried about him becoming a big bullet magnet. Looks like you got a baby drag to help out. And we'll play a little bit more here. You put down your king. Did you expect those Teslas to pop up there?
I did not, and I should have because of that space. I did not. It caught me off guard. Being that this was a fresh hit, you see a lot of pockets around the base. People do this to trick you. So I just went into it thinking, maybe, but it's probably not. Well, it was. And yeah, it surprised me. So
now here's where I got concerned. You cleared out a good funnel over by the town hall. He had those troll Teslas, as I like to call them, outside Teslas to pull your troops away and distract. And it looks like it's doing the job initially. You put in a jump over towards the queen, but your queen, bowlers, king, golems, everything is going towards that gold storage and Teslas.
Right. And I raged my king there to make him redirect. If you notice that.
That was a clutch move. Yes, I was going to say the rage on the king finished clearing out that side and got your queen interior. Looks like it did the job well. Now, you're still only 1 air defense down, but your queen goes in perfectly, finishes off that air defense, and now it's time to drop your loons and hounds. And where is your mind when you're going into a deployment? How do you choose, basically where you start? Are you trying to protect your heroes, or are you just trying to avoid blowers? I notice I mainly do counterclockwise loon lays. I started taking a look at what my highest percentage of going around in a circle was, do you have a preferred area to start?
It just depends on the blower position, obviously. But with this one, the blower was kind of centered. So I put it on the hero side to try to maybe salvage my queen and king for cleanup towards the end of the attack. So I started in on that side. That was the plan because I knew I was going to get the blower, like I said, on the front side of the base where I went in at.
Right.
But that blower in the middle is kind of centered. So I figured it didn't matter which side I went in at that point. So I went in on the hero side to kind of shield them a little bit.
Yeah, and me personally, just looking at this base, man, 2 air defenses left. Those whiz towers touch that air defense, so you can tank them with a hound. It's kind of looking game over to me. Very beautiful clear on the front end, but no surprises gonna be ruined. Let's just watch. So here comes your hound. You're right. Came on the outside. Looks like he had some outside black balloons there. And I know a lot of people, you see that more to kill off any sort of walk type scenario.
Right. And I went late. I went late on my haste. You know, I wanted to get the most out of that. And I threw that heal around those wizard towers in that last AD just to kind of juice up my balloons.
This was one thing I'm going to ask. And I've seen it a lot. And people ask me my preference. And I always tell them, if you can tank properly, heals, in my experience, are more detrimental not popping your hounds. Because I need pups. In my attack, I need pups.
Yeah.
And if my hounds don't pop, it's usually a bad sign for me. So why do you choose heal in this situation?
Well, the heal, I initially, I started using heal a while back, just carrying it kind of like if my kill squad needed it, if I needed to prolong my kill squad, I would use it on the front end, and then I would have it on the back end if I didn't use it on the front end. Because I still carry that mindset when I attack. If something goes wrong, and like on this one, if my kill squad, if I only got my queen in that pocket and I needed her to last longer, I would have dropped that heal on her. But being that I didn't have to use that on that initial assault into the base of my kill squad, that I had really planned on using that heal right in the area that I used it, and it just juices up my balloons and lets them get through the last defenses, because they'll be all healed up, and a balloon will take a lot of punishment. So once you heal it back up, that's going to get it through the last thing. And as you'll see here, I paused it with 52 seconds. The only thing that's basically left is a couple of archer towers and cannons and that one troll Tesla that just popped up. And they're juiced up now. They're good and healed. But also, if you'll notice, that haste was placed
not only does he have the original troll Teslas, there's a super troll Tesla.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that heal, that haste I put in halfway into the heal, so they kind of sped out of that heal and come out of there pretty hot. And but anyway, as you can see, it paid off. I mean, the heal worked real good. Yep. I've made 2 videos about using heals with loon attacks, actually.
Hey, that might be something for some viewers to check out. Just so you know, I'm leading you into a lot of these questions, not like I don't know these answers.
That's fine.
But you're getting loons across over the Teslas, or Tesla left, and you did get more than enough pups, it looks like, to clean up the job. It's a good attack. It was a good plan. Can be a tricky base, especially trying to get into the short side right at the queen. You're gonna get some damage on your kill squad. So
well, the only thing that I committed on this attack was the cardinal sin of committing all my balloons to the attack. I should have saved 2, but as I was deploying, I just felt like I needed to go ahead and put those balloons in, and I did. Typically, I'll try to save a couple of balloons, but it's a feel thing for me a lot of times when I'm deploying. If I feel like I need some more to get the job done, and obviously I didn't because it's overkill on the balloons.
Yeah.
So I should have held 2 balloons in the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, you've brought up a lot of good points. I stress out having backup plans for your plans. Saving troops for cleanups, even a balloon, a wizard, a couple minions, whatever the case is. but it looked solid. You went in with 14 loons, and I think you had 18 at the end, so you did good. You did good. But we'll move on to your next attack. So that's a Shattered Goho. I have the troop set up there for you guys. I know you guys see me go in with no kill squad every day, but I am not against mixed attacks. I just think there's easy ways to get around not doing mixed attacks, but I still do them. You have to learn. The meta is always changing, and if you don't learn every method, you're gonna be left in the dust once the meta change, right?
I agree with that, man. I agree with that.
All right, so I'm pulling up your attack here on 19.
Yeah, 19.
And this is, I watched it earlier. Great attack, because we're looking at a 9.5 here. He's got more than max heroes, level 31 queen, and upgraded defenses. You're looking at halfway whiz towers, 3 of his air defenses, and he's got, it's the Expo Island type of base build that's supposed to be anti-loon. And I'm guessing it wasn't so much anti-Dragoon, if you will. So
No.
what's your mindset looking at this one? You switch from a Shattered to a Cold-Blooded. You're going 1 golem only, right?
Right. And reason that immediately came to me, I mean, obviously, with these upgraded ADs, I know tanking out of my hounds, I needed my balloons to get that extra cushion. And also, immediately on the side that I went in, there was an easy funnel. And being that it was an easy funnel, I knew that I didn't need 2 golems to tank. Plus, back to what we said on the other attack, I couldn't get 2 AD down. So the investment of 2 golems was not worth it, and I didn't need them. So that's why I went cold-blooded.
And that's a point I always make to my clan when they ask what type of mixed attack to do. I ask them, are you planning on getting 1 air defense or 2 air defenses with the queen and CC? I mean, that's the only thing you need to answer, because you can't, you have to get a reward for your investment. Too much investment with too little reward, you're doomed before, then pick another attack, because it's not going to work. So very good point here. So we're paused at 2 minutes 7 seconds. I see the outside queen, and that's going to want to make you lure and pretty much do no damage, go straight for her. But where are you picking to go? How are you reading this base? You got 1 air blower pointed straight up, it looks like. So that's a thought, and 1 straight down by the queen. And it looks like you're coming right to the southeast with your golem. Why'd you pick that entry point?
Well, obviously the way this base is set up, he's trying to goad you into going right at the royals, in the center. He's got all those storages there. I didn't want to mess with any of that. That was too much to tank through. And like I said, I could basically only know that I was going to get 1 AD down. So I decided on the side where the army camp was at around the 5 o'clock or so, I felt like that was the best place to funnel. I had 2 defenses right there to attract my golem in, the mortar and the archer tower. And then I could cut the funnel over there by that elixir storage in front of the archer tower at around 2 or 3 o'clock, and cut that, and that would cut my funnel clean. And then I could just put a jump and get in there, rage, and get the queen, the king, the AD, and the CC. And that would be my goals for my kill squad, and I would be good to go for the back end balloons.
Yeah, and we're watching it now. Looks like you put down your jump, and where your jump is, you put it so it only hits the spot with the AD and not over into the Expo cell. Now I'm already guessing you did it on purpose, but did you do that on purpose to steer your troops over towards the heroes?
I did. I did not want my kill squad going into the Expo box. I definitely wanted them to stay in the box with the queen. And, and that's, as you see, they done that. One of the bowlers did go over, I think, because let's talk about that. What I didn't count on is the rage. And, the rage extends the jump I think another tile, and I didn't count for that. So I should actually move that jump just a little bit over to the left.
See, zooming
But
in, I don't see if it's touching that T wall piece, but all it has to do is fall barely on any wall piece for it to count as a jump, which is a little thing not a lot of people know. Your jumps can cover way more cells, and I've made many videos preaching jump over earthquake because you're getting the same area coverage, but with jump, just what you did, you can be precise. You can direct. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes you need them to go into one cell to do a job.
yep, exactly. And I wanted them to go right up in there, and like it worked out perfectly. So they got the job done. They got the CC down. They got the queen, the king, and as you can see, I'm at 120, and it's time to go.
There you go. So your troops are coming in. I'm at 120 as well. They just killed the heroes. 116-ish. So here comes your hounds. That is a perfect lay, and I like where you entered because you knew you'd get that blower down, and then you can come from behind the other blower.
Yep.
That's something people need to be super cognizant of with air troops is blowers can slow you down, but they can also bunch up your troops and make them susceptible to splash, which your loons almost fully engulfed each other there, which can be kind of nerve-wracking when you see them all go towards one defense. But they're going over. You just lost your last hound. You got a haste left, and your loons just were fully healed up. So
yeah,
I see
there went that
another
heal.
reason for that heal.
There went that heal cast. Yes.
Don't make me change my mind on how I use my spells. More rages. We need more rages. And you save an extra loon at the end to back end clean up. Your queen's ability isn't even used. I must say, beginning to end, beautiful attack. I can't comment. I don't have any area that I would say need improved on that at least.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That one went well. Definitely the base design on that one wasn't as tricky on the entry. So being that the entry was pretty easy, although this base was a 0.5 and it had upgraded Teslas, I mean, it had a lot of stuff that was like, I guess, higher hit points on my troops, but it was an easier deployment. The base shape was good. Now I was a little late. There is an improvement I could have done, but actually I was focused on something at the time. I came in late with my balloons in that 11 o'clock corner over there on the archer tower, and I think a wizard tower or something on the other side. I needed to get those two balloons in sooner on each side, but I didn't. Right. But I was actually watching as my covey or whatever you call it, my bunch of balloons went into that haste. I was hoping they would come out and split, but they did not.
Covey,
so that's
whale
why.
Hunter?
Well, I've been a few times. I'm not avid or anything, but I've been a few times.
There you go. Yeah, I was watching those come in. Yeah, loon deployment can always be improved on, but right when those loons were bunching up, that probably could have caused a little panic in me as well, and caused me to forget. Sometimes you get memorized by your deployments, your troops, your attacks, and you forget to do things. Happens to me all the time.
It's happened. How many times have you dropped a spell in the grass too? Oh, that's the hated one.
Ooh, I got a couple videos on that.
Yeah. A lot of times you're not recovering from that either. You are not recovering.
So I do like your split attacks. It is something different. I would say I haven't shown split air attacks in a long time for my viewers. So this is a new series I kind of want to start. Just get more of a feel. There are more YouTubers out there, great people that I talk to all the time, that give me advice or just chat, promote each other and have different thoughts. Everyone has their own style. If everyone in your clan plays exactly the same, it could work if you're all ground attackers and they're defending air, but there's going to be the clan that defends all air, and if you're an all air clan and you go in, you know, you're doomed from the start. So it's good to
Right.
get these type of, like I said before, if you're not learning every strategy, you're behind the eight ball. Um, so I appreciate you giving some insight on your channel. Anything you want to say before we wrap up here?
Well, I was going to say, Cast, as you know, we, like where me and you talk a lot in the Circle of Clans, that's a group that, a group of clans that are in the same Discord server. And we're there a lot. We like to talk Clash with people. And, you know, like we were saying, you were saying earlier that, you know, getting out in the community and talking with others. I mean, if anybody's ever interested in coming in, it's actually a community of clashers that more than just the clan mates are in there. We actually have people that are in other clans that come in, and you know as well as I know, we're in general half the time just ready to chat it up. We all love Clash, and we like to talk Clash. So if you're ever interested in that, come check us out on Discord at the Circle of Clans.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll put up your info obviously on the video. Guys, make sure you hit him up. He's got good Twitter, always active. Discord, Circle of Clans, great group. They're always active, and definitely check out his channel, sub to it. You know, he's got Town Hall 9, 10, 11 content. I showed you his channel right there in the middle of the video. But I do appreciate you coming on. I know we're going to do more videos. I think you're going to be a part of that series on Queen Pop base reading and adjusting on the fly. So we'll get that one going. Appreciate you coming on here. It's probably have to wrap it up. Try to keep my videos around this time. So, but hey, like I said, thanks for coming, and we'll catch you guys out next time. All right.
All right, thanks, Cass. Thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. Anytime, man, you hit me up. And I would love to come do some Queen Pop LaLoons with you, man. I need to learn from the master. You know what I mean?
We'll get it going, man. We'll get it going. We'll even do some friendlies off cam. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, sub here on YouTube, and catch you guys next time.